squad might have killed a lot of locusts today, Lieutenant. But this war is only just begun. Our survival depends on one thing. Gears follow orders. But I look at you and I don't see a gear. I see something more dangerous. I see a hero. Well, congratulations, hero. Millions of citizens you've sworn to protect might die because of what you did today. I hereby charge Kilo Squad with desertion, cowardice, trespassing, the theft of experimental military technology, and treason. Does that sound about right to you, Lieutenant Baird?
All right, welcome to March. I would like to finish the Gears of War stories up with this one. Persona 3 is remade. I played the very first Persona 3, and I made the videos, and then found out that the newer games had more of an ending. The same thing with The World Ends With You. I think that's a little lame, to just give me more endings and DLC. It's stupid. And then refer to those DLC endings in the next game, then I don't have any idea what the heck is going on when I do play the next game. But fortunately, there are YouTube Let's Plays to help me out. That's why on my other channel, Dad's Free Time Let's Plays, all my Let's Plays are free to use, and I don't watermark the corners anymore. Anyway, enough shop talk. Let's move forward with the last Gears installment I will cover for a while, Gears of War Judgement. The last 3 Gears of War covers pretty much after the Emergence Day, where the Locusts pop up out of the ground and attack everyone, till the end of the war, where the Locusts are being overrun by the Lambent and the Gears were able to take out both factions in one fell swoop. You want more than that, you gotta check out the videos I made. Judgment takes place before the first Gears game. The intro is good, so I'll play it.
To go back there and make sure the bastard's dead. Move, Lieutenant Baird.
In Gears 1 through 3, Baird is a corporal. The narrator just called Baird a lieutenant. I'm probably getting this wrong, but I've looked it up enough. Lieutenant is a commissioned rank, which means it's a management position. Marcus Phoenix is a lieutenant, which means that he and Baird were at the same level, but Baird became a corporal, which means he isn't management anymore. He is a non-commissioned specialist and has the power to lead his group. Cole is just a private. Correction from the last video. In the trilogy, Alpha Squad normally has to retrieve information and resources unless they get a call from Marcus. Then, that is what they're doing. I'm interested to see how Baird is as a lieutenant, though.
There goes a record. What? I went from lieutenant to war criminal in less than a week.
As you were.
Apparently, Baird was only a lieutenant for a week before he did something bad. The judge guy, Colonel Loomis, is a real hard ass. It's not good when he's your judge. He seemed to already have a judgment on him already.
The accused are denied any right to an attorney and may not question the authority of this tribunal.
So we can't ask why you're doing this now.
At the conclusion of this tribunal, I will issue a fair and swift verdict.
Right. Of course you will.
Colonel, are we being charged with doing our job?
The charges will be defined as I hear your testimony.
Really?
Now, Lieutenant Baird, begin with the last time we saw each other.
In Baird's testimony, he and the others, called Kilo Squad, were just sent to a city called Halvo Bay to meet up with a convoy and help them out. But once they got there, they discover the convoy has been obliterated by something big. Loomis redirects Kilo Squad to the Museum of Military Glory. Once they get to the museum, Kilo Squad focuses on clearing it out.
You're not Onyx.
I'm Onyx.
No, you're not, Cadet. Stay here and defend this area. The East Wing is getting hammered.
Once that is done, they get a glimpse of the monster presumed to have taken out the convoy.
What the hell is that?
That's the end of Halvo Bay.
In the museum, they had no reception. So they finally get to a spot where the reception is good enough and contact Loomis.
What is it, Lieutenant?
Colonel, some grub riding a monster just wiped out every rifle at the museum. Request guidance.
Kill the grub, hold the museum.
Colonel, Paddock here. This grub, Goraznia, they called him Karn.
This isn't Goraznia.
My army threw all we have at him.
Colonel, what about the light mass missile?
Cadet, leave strategy to men with bars. I don't want to hear a word from any of you until Paddock's boogeyman is dead and I can...
Missile work?
It's classified, but there's one here in Halvo. The inventor teaches at the academy.
Yeah, Professor Elliot. I worked in his lab at LaCroix before he went military. The missile draws power from refined emulsion. The more emulsion, the bigger the boom.
Courtesy of your big boom.
God.
How close were you to the impact point?
Close enough. That thing would burn up this entire city.
This one's low yield. After the Hammer of Dawn, Elliot stopped working on it.
How low yield?
Baird, or Lieutenant, to fire that thing, you have to get the targeting beacon, the launch codes, personally activate the missile on site, and get this all approved by command.
Control, Kilo here. So, we're gonna get the light mass missile online and use it to kill General Karn. Any objections?
Works for me. All right, come on, Cadet. We're going back to the academy. That's an order.
I think we're gonna need a replay after the aftermath was shown to us already.
How close were you to the impact point?
Close enough. That thing would burn up this entire city.
This one's low yield.
This one's low yield. Good job, Sophie. We pretty much rested the whole campaign on her say-so, and she totally blew it.
Cadet Hendrick, I'm curious to hear what it takes to convince an Onyx Guard cadet to steal one of the COG's most powerful weapons.
I was against it, sir.
That's right. Run to Daddy.
I don't know what to think about Loomis. He seems really interested in keeping the museum up, which makes sense, but he's very flippant on how devastating the Monster Karn is. he would send one squad to destroy it? Loomis said he don't want to hear back from them until the mission was done anyway, and they didn't know how to kill it without using the bomb. Maybe the Hammer of Dawn? Anyway, they head to the academy to get all the stuff the redhead was talking about. By the way, they aren't really naming anyone in this plot. It's annoying. The redhead is Sophia Hennig, and the Russian-sounding guy with the burned face that looks like Brian from Tekken is Garen Paddock. And of course, y'all know Augustus Cold and Damon Baird. Back at the courthouse, the colonel switches his attention to Sophia.
Colonel, I'm an Academy cadet. I had to see if my friends were all right. We followed the main sewer line from the museum to the Academy. It was the only way to get there alive. If I was gonna die, I'd rather do it inside the Academy.
There was a war before the Locusts arrived called the Pendulum Wars, a coalition of ordered governments, or COGs, versus the Union of Independent Republics, or UIR. Garen Paddock was a UIR major in the wars and jailed in his city, Grozny. The Locust popped up and he defected to the COGs so he could be freed and fight the Locusts like Marcus Phoenix. But, of course, he was stripped of his rank. This lore is kind of fun to read and explain, not so much to write into a script though. Anyway, Kilo Squad takes the sewers to the Academy, but it was too late. Karn and company had already come through and busted it up, so Kilo heads to the technology section. Because Sophia is a cadet at the Academy, with her security clearance still active, she knows where to go. They get a hold of the beacon, which they call Bot. Baird calls it Jack in the other games. I don't know if it's the same one, but it can't cloak on Academy grounds, so that sucks.
You're kidding me, right? That's our beacon?
These units are tough, durable, and they can cloak. You'll grow to love it.
Now remember, we need...
To fire that thing, you have to get the targeting beacon, the launch codes, personally activate the missile on site, and get this all approved by command.
So we need the launch codes from the professor. Now it's time for Paddock's testimony.
So, Paddock, are you here as Major Paddock of the UIR, or Private Paddock of the COG?
Whichever one you like less.
You don't seem like a man who takes orders. Why even follow Baird?
You might say I had an ulterior motive.
The Gears get to the house but find that it's under siege. Man, they really pay professors and scientists well in this world. The stage is kind of tough because it's a 2-lane street. It doesn't give a lot of space for the Gears to spread out. Then they add some bullet sponge enemies that melee the shit out of you. You end up backing up a lot. Ranged weapons are about worthless. By the way, Paddock was mansion hunting. He heard about the real estate in Halvo Bay. They finally get to the professor's bunker, and the question is raised silently how Sophia knows so much about the dude.
Yes, I was surprised a little by Sophia's friendship with her professor. But I don't judge.
Cadet, I'm sensing you and Elliot are, close. You need to prepare yourself for what we might find in there.
I just lost all my friends, Lieutenant. It's not like my day's gonna get any worse.
Now we're going.
This man's weapon burned off half my face. But war is war. This man deserved a better war and a better death.
So apparently Professor Elliot told his wife and kids to go to a safe place so that they would be secure. Then he went up to his own little safe, secure place. And then his family got killed. His wife sent him a voicemail telling him how disappointed she was that he's an idiot, and he smoked himself. Oh well.
You told us the shelter would be safe, but outside now. It's really close. You told us to come here. You told us it would be safe.
Dr. Elliot.
I'm sorry, Cadet.
He was my teacher, Lieutenant. Whatever else happened, happened.
So, what did happen?
He was married, with kids. I moved on.
Wow. I mean, I figured after his family got killed by the Locust, we could come over here and then I would just kind of stay with him in his big mansion for the rest of my life. This would have been pretty cool, but I guess this is okay too. So they still need the codes, so Baird gets the bot to hack Elliot's computer to get them. The computer glitches and resets the security system.
Please wait.
Baird! Your stupid bot broke the house!
So after taking down waves of locusts, they leave the house with the launch codes. So now it's the Cole train's turn.
Private Augustus Cole. You've been atypically quiet until now.
Y'all, listen up. All we gotta do is...
That's actually hilarious.
I assume you actually listen to your crash ball coach from time to time?
Trash ball. You're not a fan.
Pretend war? No. How are you finding the real thing?
I've been more comfortable.
Then unburden your mind.
Okay, as you can see, my Xbox is far away from the Wi-Fi. I'm trying to play this game that I have already downloaded onto my console, but Xbox 360 has that always-on DRM crap. It's really irritating because the Xbox guy said that if you don't live in a place with great Wi-Fi, they have a console for that. It's not Xbox One, it's called Xbox 360. Y'all remember that crap? But he was lying. My damn 360 checks and complains all the time, to the point where I need to get most of my games physically that I have on digital. People complain about always on DRM all the time, separately, but it's so irritating. I don't get it. I downloaded the game and it's on my account. Why do I need to check in? What if I just want to play the damn game that's already on my hard drive? What if my Wi-Fi sucks and I use someone else's Wi-Fi to download the game and then come home? I don't understand why people don't add how much of a pain in the ass it is to actually play the game in interviews. How if you want to play a newer game, you have to set it up the night before. When people act like that's normal, it is not. Oh, Yusuf, I want to watch videos to escape my reality. I want to play games to escape my reality. Well, shit. How does that work when you are in the middle of a cutscene and the damn game complains that you are offline? That's like your wife bothering you while you're trying to take a dump to remind you to do the dishes. Rant over. Anyway, so Kilo went to Onyx Point, which is a classified area. Somehow they got military transportation out there, but I'm not going to ask. They fight through the Locusts. I don't know why they are there. And they get to the missile silo where the low output light mass bomb is.
I repeat, Omega Squad knocked out the Big Cedar. Comms back online. All units move out to the Museum of Military Glory. We'll take back this city block by block.
Lieutenant, you have to tell him what we're doing.
All right, all right. Colonel Loomis, Lieutenant Baird here.
Lieutenant, what is your position?
Onyx Point. We've just activated the light mass and we're about to...
Not another goddamn word, Lieutenant. That missile is sitting in that silo for a reason.
Colonel, you have no idea what you're up against.
I know exactly what I'm up against. The grub who killed a bunch of worthless Indies. I'd shake the bastard's hand if I could.
Then you and your men will die.
Lieutenant, arrest Private Paddock and remain on that rock. Actually, no. Cadet Hendrick, arrest Paddock and Lieutenant Baird if he resists you.
This is Omega 2. We're pinned down 2 blocks from the museum. We need an evac.
Uh-oh.
We're mobilizing, Sergeant. We can have a Raven to you in an hour.
We don't have an hour.
We could be there a whole lot sooner.
That's a coincidence. So am I.
It's done.
So Kilo sets the bombs and heads towards Omega to save Marcus and crew. They get back to the beach and find out that the Locusts are trying to take the base back. I hope the Gears locked the door when they left.
You people astound me.
Respectfully, you might want to consider postponing the tribunal to...
You might want to consider getting back out there and fighting, Captain.
Sir, they're right outside.
Then it'll be a short walk.
This guy's a douche, man.
This is crazy.
I'm waiting on you. Finish up.
So Baird ascertained that Karn is headed back to the museum. Omega Squad took out the Cedars. The Cedars block communication, which is the real reason why the Gears haven't been able to communicate for a while. I'm guessing that the Cedars just got taken out because Kilo just been able to contact the Colonel. Omega interrupted, which has to be the immediate time. And Kilo needs to get Bot to Karn to set off the missile. After a while, Baird gets the feeling that Karn is actually strategizing to get the Gears in one place. They fight on the streets and on the rooftops. And then Baird gets another feeling that the Locusts are trying to stop Baird and crew specifically.
Bye-bye. All right, looking good. Any last words for our pal?
What? The bot?
What's its name anyway?
Jack.
No. It's Troy.
That's a terrible name.
You won't have it for long.
Cadet Hendrick, what is your position?
We're aiding another unit, sir.
What unit? Did you stay on the island as ordered?
Colonel, if we don't fire the light mass, everyone in Halvo Bay is going to die.
Lieutenant, listen carefully. That weapon is being saved by smarter men than we for a purpose. If you fire it, I will have you tried and shot.
Fine, I'll see you in court. I suggest you take cover, sir.
All right, that's a good place to stop. Thank you for joining me, guys. I gotta speak a little quietly. I just put the kids to sleep and I'm finishing it up. My eyes are bloodshot. I'm just like, let's go. Anyway, trying to shorten the story, but I like the cutscenes so much. Like, I'm not even joking. Colonel Loomis is a ridiculously silly character, but you know, you kind of like him. Is it just me? Like, I think that the Colonel Loomis character is a little bit cooler, even though he's unwavering and he's kind of a douche and everything like that. You know, you can see where he's at right there, because he did say that he was gonna have Baird and the other guys tried and shot, and they went ahead and did it anyway. So, you know, of course he's gonna have to drag him in if he goes back on his word. It's a little sketch for the Colonel, you know what I mean? Colonel's word, his chain of command, word is bond, all of that stuff. He says he's gonna do it. He's got to do it. Like, there's no doubt in my mind. Anyway, we all know that Baird and Cole anyway make it all the way through. So anyway, that's good enough. We'll see you next week on Video Game Plot Summaries. You guys freed me like Neo freed Agent Smith. Peace.